All right, time for a little inside pitch advance. 1972, we have Mickey Lolich and Marty Pattin, Boston and Detroit. So this is a pretty good game. We're in Tiger Stadium. There are no adjustments, so that's always easy. So we don't have to worry about ballpark adjustments in this game. And in the actual game, the Tigers beat the Red Sox 3-2. Lolich beat Pattin. Lolich went 9. Pattin went 6. So we'll see what happens here. Always an adventure when you're playing on this Inside Pitch Advanced computer program. Hopefully nothing crazy will happen. And I won't forget to move a runner or something, but whatever happens, that's all right. Lolich is a lefty. He's going to be facing Tommy Harper leading it off, and here we go. And that is a range play 11, and that's a 10. So we're going to start off with a range play. RS6, and whenever you get an N or an R in a range play, basically the range play is going to decide it. R wouldn't be active here anyway. Brinkman is a 6 at short, and he makes it with a 5. So
terrific play.
1 out, nobody on for Louis Aparicio. And that's a wild, which is a blank with nobody on base. And now against the lefty, that looks like a double a left.
And it's a double.
So that is a runner on second, 1 out for Carl Yastrzemski. No strategy. And there's a K chance against a lefty, but he's only an 8 with no adjustment. That's an 11, so that misses. And looks like an infield single. Holds it third, first, and third. 1 out. We'll play back. We're going to play back. It's the first inning. Let's play back. Maybe we turn a double play. First and third, 1 out, and Reggie Smith switch hitter batting righty. No strategy. And now this is a K against lefties, but this time it's just going to be enough with no ballpark adjustment. 13 and 13. So that's a strikeout. Big strikeout. Lolich keeps the runner on third. First and third, 2 out for Rico Petrocelli, and there is no strategy here. Pitching to Petrocelli, and again a strikeout chance, and again a strikeout. A 9, and he's an 11, so 2 big strikeouts to end the first inning.
Struck him out.
Red Sox miss a chance there. Now Marty Pattin, starting for Boston here in 1972, will face Dick McAuliffe leading it off. And that is a home run chance right off the bat. McAuliffe, not a lot of, well, he's got 8, so I wouldn't say no power, but he's an 8, and empty is -1, so the 10 is not going to be good enough. It's going to be too big. So he doesn't homer. And there's a fly to center. 1. So he hit it well, but not well enough. And Aurelio Rodriguez, good glove. Third base. That looks like a hit by pitch. He's a 4, and it doesn't look like he's going to be hit by pitch with a 17. I think that's a plus, but man, I can't read that right now. Yeah, it was a +3, but it's still not enough. And there's a ground ball. Ground ball to short, 2 out, and Jim Northrup is up. Nobody on here. There's a blank. And there's a grounder to first. So a pretty easy inning there. And we go to the second. Danny Cater will lead it off against Lolich. And that's a blank. And that's a grounder to second. McAuliffe handles that 1 out. Bring up Doug Griffin. And there's a K chance and a strikeout. That's what Lolich is third.
Struck him out.
So 2 out, and Dwayne Josephson will bat. 2 out, nobody on. And that is a range play at the ballpark, looks like. So we're at Tiger Stadium. Right-hand batter. That is a grounder, looks like to short. My eyesight today is not great. Brinkman is a 6, and that's a 3, and that is another successful range play by Brinkman. I think he's had 2 in this game. We go bottom 2 scoreless, and here's Al Kaline facing Marty Pattin. And he's right-handed, so that's an auto out. And a 14 is a grounder to second. Looks like one out for Norm Cash. And that is an EB, it looks like. Error on a booted ball, chance, but a fly to left is nothing. So 2 out for Horton, Willie Horton. And that's a walk chance, our first walk chance. Right-handed pitcher, but he's a 14, that's an 18, no good. And there's a grounder to second. So top of the third, this one's starting out looking
Have you
like a
picked your
pitcher's duel.
designated driver for this evening?
And
Please
Marty
remember
Pattin is
to
gonna
drink responsibly.
lead it off for the Red Sox against Lolich. And now we're going to go straight to the ballpark. And a base hit. Pattin singles to left.
Everybody clap your hands.
No strategy. Runner on first, nobody out for Tommy Hopper. And that is a no range play because it's an RP 11, but that's an 18. And now we got a grounder to second, so we're going to get a double play number. It's an 18, and that's a double play.
Holy cow, what a double play!
Just 2 out now, nobody on for Louis Aparicio. Nice pitcher's duel so far, and he's not going to strike out. He does not strike out a lot against lefties or righties, and so that 16 is way too big. And there's a double.
And it's a double.
So he's on second with 2 out for Yaz. We're on second, 2 out for Carl Yastrzemski. Chance again for the Red Sox, who have 4 hits in the game. And there's a blank, so even better for the Red Sox because they get to use Yaz's card, but it's a grounder to second. So they've stranded 3 runners in this game, and we go to the bottom of the third. Bill Freehan will lead it off against Marty Pattin. Tigers looking for their first hit. Here's an EB. And a fly to left. No EB on just a fly to left. 1 out, and Ed Brinkman, the shortstop, with that. And he is going to strike out against a righty. Looks like an 8 against a 7. So 2
He
out.
struck him out.
And Lolich will bat for the first time. Walk chance against a... Oh, he's going to walk. Oh, look at Lolich with some big walk numbers there. And he is going to walk.
Outside. Base on ball.
Runner on first, 2 out from McAuliffe. First base runner, I believe, for the Tigers. Or did they hit into a double play? I can't remember. They might have hit into a double play at one point. So there is a blank. And there's a fly to left. So we're going to go to the fourth. It is scoreless. Boston's had the chances, but they've left 3 on base. Here's Reggie Smith. And there's at the ballpark. He's a switch hitter batting righty. And he's going to get himself a base hit. And again, Boston's getting guys on. Runner on first, nobody out for Rico Petrocelli. That is not going to be a range play. That's that RP 11 again, but a 15 is too high. And now we got a base hit to left. And look at this advance plus trail runner, but only the runner on second is advancing. First and third, nobody out for the Red Sox. No strategy. We'll bring the corners in now as it's getting later. First and third, corners in for Danny Cater. That looks like a strikeout chance against lefty, and it is a strikeout. So that's a big K for Lolich.
Struck him out.
Leaves the runners on first and third. We'll keep the corners in for Doug Griffin. Doug Griffin. Or do we want to go all the way in now? First and third, 1 out. Griffin is not a power guy. Let's bring him all the way in and try and prevent this run from scoring out. First and third, 1 out. No strategy. Lolich to Griffin. Infield in. And again a K chance and another strikeout. Wow, 2 big strikeouts for Lolich.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
It's now first and third, 2 out for Dwayne Josephson, and the Red Sox do not want to strand more runners here. They've had their chances. That's a wild, though. What a time for that to come up. But the 14 is too big for both the wild pitch and the pass ball. So Lolich dodges that, and we're going to roll on Josephson. And he flies out. Wow, so the Red Sox are up to 5 left on. We go bottom 4, and it's Aurelio Rodriguez. And that is he's right-handed. K chance, and looks like a strikeout. 1 out.
Great call.
Bring up Northrup. And that's a K chance, but 17's too big there. So Northrup gets a shot, and he gets a base hit. So first with the 1 out. Their first hit. And K-line with that, no strategy. And there's a blank. Anytime we can get to the batter's card, it's a little bit better shot. But here's an R, star 2. There's no runner in scoring position, so this is just going to be a grounder to first, which means we're going to get a DP number here. And it's a 12, and it's a double play.
Double play.
So we go top 5. Pattin, who singled his first time up, will lead it off. And Lolich is going to get him this time. Struck him out. 1 out.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Lolich has 6, and Harper will bat. And he's not going to get it this time. 19's too big. And against the lefty, that's a fly to left. 2 out for Aparicio. And this is a K chance, but again, Aparicio doesn't strike out much, so he's going to miss. And that's just a liner to short. So bottom 5, good pitchers duel. Red Sox have had all the hits, but and stranded a lot of runners. Cash will lead it off now against Pattin. And a K chance and a strikeout. So Cash goes down.
Great call.
Pattin has 3. There's 1 out for Horton. Horton has good pop against righties. And he is going to dodge the strikeout, so we'll roll on his card. And that's a fly to right. 2 quick outs. Bill Freehan has more pop against lefties. He's right-handed, and that's a K chance, but 12 is too big. Would have been a hit against the lefty. There is against the righty, a grounder to short. So we're going top of the 6th scoreless.
Be sure
I like
to visit
these kind of
our
games.
concession stands.
Someone's going to get a run here eventually, and Lolich is facing Yaz here in the top of the 6th. And that is at the ballpark for a left-handed batter and a grounder to third. 1 out. Bring up Reggie Smith. Righty against the lefty Lolich, and there's a blank. And there is a RS6 that there's no one in scoring position, so that's a base hit. Runner on first, 1 out. Now they're giving sack, but I'm not sacking with Rico Petrocelli. He's got power, and there's 1 out, so we're overriding the sack on the strategy roll. Runner on first, Lolich to Petrocelli. And there's a wild and a 1. That's almost definitely going to be a wild pitch.
Just a bit outside.
So runner on second, 1 out for Petrocelli. And against the lefty, that's a base hit. And there's the first run as the runner's going to score. So the Red Sox finally cash in. It's 1-0. Runner on first, 1 out for Danny Cater. No strategy. And there's another wild, but this time a 10 is going to be a possible pass ball.
Let that ball get by him.
Is a pass ball. So a runner on second, Freehan with the pass ball. Runner on second, 1 out for Cater. Another chance for the Red Sox with a runner in scoring position. This is a G4. So the runner's going to go to third with 2 out now.
You're out.
And Griffin will bat against Lolich. And there we have, is that a range play 12? If it is a range play. It is a range play. And a pop to third. Rodriguez is a 6. He's a good glove, and he fails it with a 7 on a pop-up. Wow.
Let that ball get by him.
Wow, on a pop to third for Rodriguez, but it turns into an S5 and another run for the Red Sox. So it's 2-0. Somehow had trouble with that pop-up. maybe wind or lost it. Who knows? Runner on first, 2 out for Josephson. But the Red Sox now with a 2-0 lead over Lolich. And that's a range play. Left field. Oh, Horton is only a 1 in left field, so that's a problem. And that's a fail on a 4, and a 13 is too high for the RP2B, so it'll only be a single.
Let that ball get by him.
The runner's going to get to third. First and third, 2 out. Marty Pattin is going to bat. First and third, 2 out here in the 6th. And that against a righty is that a home run check? But Pattin, who is a 10 against lefties, but a 17 is too much. It was a -2 with men on. So, wow, was he a 12 down to a 10? He was -2 with men on. Wow, so Pattin must have been able to hit. But he misses the home run here, so we roll on his card. And there's a G6, so they get out of it. But it's 2-0, bottom 6 now for Ed Brinkman. So Pattin had a chance there for a home run. That is a K against a righty, but that's too high, so Brinkman will not strike out. And there's a G5, 1 out. Lolich will still bat here. Will he bat? Bottom of the 6th, 1972. He's going to stay in the game right now. Probably should pinch it, but he's going to stay in the game. It's only the 6th. And error on a ground ball. And that's a fly ball, so 2 out for McAuliffe. And there's a K chance against a righty. That's too big, so we go to McAuliffe and a G4. So top 7, it's 2-0. Lolich has given up 10 hits, but only 2 runs, and he did get a little bit of a bad break on that Rodriguez pop-up. It should be 1-0. Here's Harper. And a K chance, but 15 is too much. And there's a fly to left, 1 out. Here's Louis Aparicio. He's 2 for 3. I think he has 2 doubles in this game. And even a 7 doesn't get Aparicio on the K, so roll on him. And a grounder to second. So 2 out for Yaz. And that's a strikeout chance, and that is a strikeout for the lefty. That's his 7th. And now we got 7th inning stretch time. Bottom of the 7th, Pattin facing Rodriguez. 2-0. Tigers are down, and there's a blank. And there's a G6. 1 out for Northrop. And there's a walk chance against a righty, and it's just enough, it looks like. So Northrop
Walks, and that wasn't close.
no strategy to K-line. Runner on first, 1 out. K-line with power. Tying run at the plate. But there's another walk chance, but that's too big on the 17. And there's a fly to left. So 2 out for Cash. Tigers need a hit. This is going to be a range play. That's one way to get it, is a range play. There's a fly to left. Yaz is a 4. Big range play here for the Tigers and the Red Sox. And he makes it with a 2.
That was a fine play.
And often these games come down to whether range plays are made. Rodriguez was a 6, didn't make it. Yaz there a 4, and he does make it. Top of the 8th, 2-0. Reggie Smith will lead off against Lolich. That's at the ballpark for a switch hitter batting righty. And that's a fly to left. 1 out for Rico Petrocelli. And that is also at the ballpark. Also, he's a righty, and that's a star 2. Ground ball to third. 2 out for Danny Cater. So Lolich has pitched well. Not as well as Pattin, though, and that's the difference. There's a K. That's a strikeout. Lolich is going to get his 8th.
He struck him out.
And we go to the bottom of the 8th, and it's going to be Willie Horton against Marty Pattin. Tigers trying to get something going. They have 1 hit in this game. What a performance so far from Pattin. There's a blank, though. And a grounder to short. 1 out. Bring up Bill Freehand. And that's a K chance, but 16 is too big. And there's a fly to right. Wow, 2 out, nobody on. Tigers can't get anything against Pattin. Ed Brinkman. That, and that is an error on a booted ball possibility. And that's going to be a power result to left against a righty, and a 6 is going to be a base hit. It's going to be a base hit to left, and that is an EB possibility. And there is an error. There is an error on a 12 roll, so it's a single and there's a
Everybody clap your hands.
Now Lolich has to be pinch hit for. See what kind of lefties we have. Sort by home run. We got Gates Brown, who hit 10 homers, batted .230. Or we have Duke Sims, who didn't have much power but hit .316. Let's go with Duke Sims. Gonna pinch hit. So we have a runner on second, 2 out. Duke Sims pinch hitting against Marty Pattin. And that's an error on a grounder chance. And it is a grounder to short. Aparicio is a 7. And that's a 7, and there's an error. Runner on second, 2 out. It's now 2-1 on the error, and here's McAuliffe. So McAuliffe will bat with a chance to tie it here. Tigers all of a sudden, a couple of errors, not Pattin's fault. Here against the lefty is a walk chance, and it is going to be a walk.
Outside! Base on ball.
First and second, 2 out for Rodriguez. Now do I pinch? Now we might have to pinch it for Rodriguez. It's 2-1 first and second. Rodriguez in 72 hit .236 with 13 homers. I have a lefty that hit 14 homers and batted .230. Oh, that's no. Gates Brown hit 10 homers and batted .230. So do I want to use Gates Brown, or do I let Rodriguez bat? Let me see. Rodriguez against righties got a 10. Doesn't strike. I'm going to let Rodriguez hit. They're about the same. First and second, 2 out. Rodriguez is going to bat, trying to tie this game up. This is Pattin's game, so I'm going to leave him a chance. And it's not going to be a range play. A 19's too big. And that is a R**1, but there is a runner in scoring position, and his R number is only 6, and that's a 17. So that's going to be a base hit. And the runner is going to score. Tied at 2. So errors in the field have allowed the Tigers to tie this game up. Pattin facing Northrop. It's now 2-2, first and second. Just take a quick look at their bullpen. Who their lefties? Oh, they got Gary Peters down there, and they got Bill Lee. Who else? Lefty, that's about what you would go with. Curtis might have been more of a starter. Do we go to Bill Lee here? After Northrop, it's righty-lefty. Boy, you know what? Pattin pitched such a game. It wasn't his fault with the errors. Let's see if he can get out of it. First and second, 2 out. We'll let him pitch to Northrop. Also, I don't want to play extra innings. Here's a K chance righty, and it looks like he's going to get him. So he does come up big.
He struck him out.
But we got a different ball game now. New ball game, 2-2, and now
remember to get your copy of the souvenir program.
What are we in? We're in the top of the 9th, so they can go to one of their save guys. Since there's not going to be a save situation, they might as well go to now. Who do we want to go to though? Doug Griffin is due up. It's all righties, so we might as well go to Seelbach. So, top of the 9th, 2-2 game. Now, for the Red Sox, we got Griffin, Josephson, and Pattin. Let's just take a look at their lefties on the bench. They got Fisk, 22 homers, righty. They got Ogilvy. And then not much else after Ogilvy. Montgomery was righty. Evans is on the bench, but he was righty. He didn't have a big year either. So, basically, it's Fisk and Ogilvy, a righty and a lefty. And we got Griffin. Let's see what kind of year Griffin had. He hit .260 with 2 homers. Josephson is the catcher. He hit .268 with a homer. And then the pitcher slot. Whew. Okay, so let's see Griffin's numbers against righties. He walks okay. Let's let Griffin hit, and then we'll see. Griffin's going to hit against Seelbach, and then we'll decide on the other two guys. Here's a K chance against a righty, and he's just going to have enough. And he strikes out. One out. Now, Josephson does have a 13 home run against righties, so I think I'm going to let him hit 2, and then we'll pinch hit for the pitcher. So, Josephson is also going to bat here. Do a little card scouting as we play, but a righty here, and that's another K chance, but this one's going to be too big, so Josephson gets to roll, and a fly to center. So 2 out. Now, I guess we'll pinch hit Ogilvy for Pattin, and he's a lefty. He's got power. 2 out, nobody on. Red Sox all of a sudden had control this whole game, and now they're down. They're tied 2-2. Possible error on a throw. Nobody's on base, and a fly to center. So now, bottom of the 9th inning. Red Sox gonna need a pitcher. It's K-line. It's righty, lefty, righty, and then a bunch of righties. Let's go to a right-hander. Looks like Newhouser or Tiant was in the pen. Whew, interesting. He threw 179 innings. I'm going to go with Newhouser. So, Newhouser's going to come in to face K-line. Bottom 9. Tigers now with a chance to walk this game off, and I kind of hope they do. Don't want to go to extras. Here's a K chance, but it's going to miss. So, now K-line gets to bat, and that's just an out. 1 out. Bring up Norm Cash. And that's a blank. And that's a fly out. So Tigers had a couple of chances to roll on their batter cards, but they haven't done it yet. Willie Horton, can he save us from extra innings by going yard? Doesn't look like it, but there is a no range play. And a fly to left. So we're going to extras. He can still pitch to guys, so he'll stay in. Top of the 10th. Harper in the top of the order, so we'll just let these guys bat and hope someone can score. He's right-handed, and what is that, a K or a home run if tired? So that would be a strikeout if in the case, and it is.
Swing and a miss, he struck him out.
Bring up Aparicio, who's got 2 doubles in this game, and that's a wild, so it's a blank. Starting to wish we had a ghost runner. There's a base hit, though, so we get a base runner. Runner on first, 1 out for Yaz. Can Yaz come up with a big hit here? No strategy. And there's a range play at the ballpark. Lefty batter and a home run chance, right-handed. And that's a 6. He's only a +1 with men on base. Yaz has just gone yard.
Long drive, watch this baby, way out of here. Tremendous home run.
Carl Yastrzemski, the sweetheart and of the Red Sox fans, hits a 2-run
No throwing
homer.
of any objects on the playing
It's now
field.
4-2 with 1 out, and we'll see if Seelbach can get the rest of these outs here or not. There's a K chance it's going to miss. So a big home run for Yaz. And there's a star 6 and a fly to left. 2 out. Petrocelli the batter. And there's a K chance that's too much. And there's a fly to center. So here we go. Bottom of the 10th. Might as well let Newhouser try and finish this one. He's got 3 batters he can still face. And it'll be Freehand starting it off. And Freehand will bat. And there's a K chance and a strikeout. 1 out.
Swing and a miss, he struck him out.
Brinkman at short, I don't think he was too much of a hitter. He was not. He did have 6 homers, but who are our best hitters left? None of the lefties, really. We have that Gates Brown as the lefty. He's 230 with the 10 homers. But let's pinch hit Brown here. So 1 out, nobody on. Gates Brown pinch hitting. And there's a range play. Range play 11, and that's a 10. Grounder to second. Griffin is only a 3. And he makes it with a 1. So again,
What a play to get to that ball.
inside pitch advance, you got to make those range plays. So now we need a pinch hitter for the pitcher. We don't really have we don't have anyone left-handed, so it's going to have to be a righty. We have the power guy and Mickey Stanley, but there's nobody on base. Maybe we'll use Taylor. He hit 303. Need to get some base runners. So Taylor's going to come in with 2 out, nobody on, and Boston off the Yaz homer reclaims the 4-2 lead and is trying to put this game away here in the bottom of the 10th. And that's a strikeout chance, but no strikeout. And there's a ground ball, and that's going to do it. So the Boston Red Sox win it 4-2. They had a 2-0 lead. Gave it up, mostly on some bad fielding. But they come up with the Yaz homer in the 10th, and they win it anyway, 4-2. Good ball game, and thanks for watching.